feelings, babe. Don't be afraid, don't be ashamed, don't hesitate to say, hey, babe, hey, babe, hey, babe, hey, babe, hey, babe.
What's up, everybody? Hey, babe. Look who it is. DeRosa. Sal's will be back soon. He's just got busy filming Impractical Jokers.
Yeah.
And so now Joe and I are here together, and we're going to do Hey Babe. I'm going to do Taste Buds, and that's what it's going to be, okay? Because it's the No Pressure Network, and don't you forget it.
There you go.
Dude,
There you
you're
go.
fucking – first of all, it actually made me angry. It made me actually angry yesterday because you're such a fucking pig. And I went to see you do your new hour at New York Comedy Festival, and I was expecting to go in there and boo you and be like, and just watch a joke fail and just laugh in the back. And you fucking crushed with like good thought out material, and you did it all in plaid pants. But the material was so good, and then to make the plaid pants worse, you put on a mustard overcoat.
Yeah.
Like you were a woman from the 1970s.
Right.
And I was so angry. I was like, I wanted to make so many jokes about your outfit and be like, oh, I hate it, blah, blah, blah. But I just kept saying how good your bits were because they were good.
Thank you. Thank
God,
you.
I still hope the nurses cancel you.
I remember I remember last night when you walked in.
You could just see my big goofy head.
I'm embarrassed to admit this. I mean, I got like a little nervous when you walked in because I was like, oh, like my friend's here now, and like,
yeah,
I hope it keeps going well. I remember the part when you walked in. I stumbled for a second. I forgot a line, and I had to like go back in the middle of the joke and like reinsert the line that I forgot.
It was like
say.
a hot chick walking in.
Yeah. A big, thick fucking hot chick.
Big, thick fucking dude. And you know we can edit this out if you don't want, if it like spoils a bit. I don't think it does, but dude, I was dying laughing to learn that your own.
Cut that out.
Okay, sorry. All right, because
that's
I
a
was
good surprise in the show.
Okay, all right,
yeah.
Because all right, so forget that. We won't talk about that. But that was like legitimately. Just go see his material. It was fucking.
Thanks, dude.
If even I'm telling you to go see it, and I want nothing more than Joe to just fucking, get hit by a bus and survive, is I'm telling you, it's good, dude.
Dude, what?
Look at that. We're New Balances now.
I know it makes me sick.
But are these cool though? Look at.
No.
What? Look, it's the Amy Lynn, what is it? Aim Leon Dior.
The fucking
Are these good, pimp? What do you think of New Balance? Aren't New Balances back in?
They're fine.
They're fine.
They're comfortable. I'm literally wearing them because I'm like, I got to walk around the city all day and they're comfortable.
Remember when you weren't allowed to wear New Balances because they voted for Trump?
Well, these voted for him too.
Look at that. Look at those things, dude.
Dude,
you
they're
got
white
Chrissy
and green.
Chaos has the Amelia Earhart fucking New Balances on.
Dude, I got a show in Boston this week, and I'm gonna wear it just to fucking because it's Celtics colors.
Dude, I got reprimanded. We had Bobby Kelly on Taste Buds.
Oh look,
last
Colin
week.
Quinn's calling me. Should I pick it up?
Yeah.
All right, hold
Pick
on.
it up. That pig.
Colin.
I want the lowdown right now.
All right, well, here. First of all, let me tell you right now, I'm sitting here doing a podcast with Joe DeRosa. Any words for Joe DeRosa?
Oh, yeah, Joe's going to have me on his, what's better, English muffins or French toast or whatever the hell.
Colin, how's it going? Why are you calling Chris Distefano? Of all the numbers you could have scrolled past, why did you land and to choose Chris Distefano?
It's confidential. We have big things happening.
Well, I'll tell you what. Then I'll call you back in a little bit. I'll tell you how it went last night. The man of the hour never showed up. So I waited there for an hour and a half, and I just, instead of meeting the guy who I was supposed to meet, all I did was meet Billy Hayes' childhood friends. I ate fucking fried calamari with fucking Henry O or whatever from Marine Park. Yeah. So I didn't even meet the guy that we were supposed to fucking meet.
Fine.
But it's fine.
Joe doesn't even care about any of this stuff. He's not even in show business.
Neither is Chris. His connection is Billy Hayes.
All right, I'll call you later, Colin. All right, later. Yeah, Billy Hayes, by the way, good friend of ours that we all know. Billy, he showed up to a dinner last night. He has no front tooth.
What?
He said he bit into a mango in the Dominican Republic and his tooth snapped out.
He
What
is-
a pig.
I love Billy Hayes. He's one of my favorite guys on earth. He's an absolute pig. He sent me. Oh wait. So I got to tell you. So this is also Taste Buds related. Billy Hayes the other day sent me a picture because we talked about the Land O'Lakes butter girl on Taste Buds.
Like if she's hot or not?
Yeah, that she was hot. And Billy Hayes sent me a picture of Land O'Lakes butter, and he was like, "Did you ever, as a kid, fold the box? Because if you fold the box a certain way, her knees, it looks like she's holding her boobs."
What?
Yeah, and I was
Dude,
like,
Billy Hayes is Jeffrey Dahmer.
I know. He goes, "No, we all did this as kids." And he goes, "You ever do that?" I go, "No, I came from a good family."
Yeah, I came from a good family. I wasn't raised by hoodlums in
It's
Brooklyn.
so crazy,
Dude.
But the thing I was going to tell you about Boston was we had Bobby Kelly on Taste Buds.
Okay.
And-
Skinny Bobby.
Yeah, he was the one that brought up the Land O'Lakes girl. But anyway, he because he misses
How
butter.
much butter did Bobby used to
I
eat?
know,
Yeah.
he misses it.
Dude, he looks great now.
He does. He like said, he was like sitting like this.
Okay.
And he had on like a sort of like kind of like a hip New York outfit, and I made fun of him, and I said, you can't sit like that in Boston. They're so homophobic. Like they won't let you go home if you
Right.
sit like that. Some dumb joke like that. Some guy wrote to me, and he goes, "Listen, dude, I'm a big fan. I love you. You were way off base with that Boston comment. It's not homophobic here anymore. It's not racist."
Yes,
By
it
the way-
is.
By the way, nothing lets you know something's homophobic and racist than somebody telling you it's not homophobic
Yeah,
and racist.
of course it is. Fucking unbelievable. Dude, yeah, I mean, Boston is one of those cities, for whatever reason, it gets...
We love Boston, by the way.
I love
just can't
Boston.
believe a guy took it that seriously. Good.
Do you
Sorry.
realize what a lunatic you have to be to even write to someone about that? To even write to someone and say, I was offended by your joke? Do you think that guy who wrote that he's probably in the closet?
But
Speaking of that, I think you should talk about the concert you went to this week.
Oh, hell yeah. The 1975, dude.
yeah,
Bro. Look at that.
No, I know.
Well, I mean...
I know. What about it?
How about this? I swear to God, and shout out to whoever this kid was, because it made everyone around me laugh, and I had no comeback.
You bought the sweatshirt?
Yeah, $85.
Oh,
Dude, I'm a fan.
Look, I'm a fan of the bands I go to see too. I never buy the sweatshirt. Is always the biggest ripoff at the
Yeah,
merch.
I
booth.
know. The T-shirt was $40.
I
bought the
guarantee you
T-shirt
too.
You
I
bought the
guarantee you too. This doesn't even have the good lining on it. It's got the pilly.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at that, dude. That's got one, maybe two washes in it at most.
And then it's fine, and then it shrinks.
No, this is so pilly, dude. That's gonna come out.
What does
on,
pilly mean?
like if you wore this on a white T-shirt and you took it off, you would have black stuff all over your T-shirt.
Oh, so they cheaped out on the material.
yeah.
Dude, look at that thing. You thought that looked like a quality
Dude,
sweatshirt?
the 1975 are quality.
It looks like they fucking airbrushed that on.
What was the average age there? of
So the
fans?
average age was 23-year-old girls and gay guys. And then I went with Jasmine, but we were sitting down. Where we were sitting.
Who was hotter, the guys or the girls?
Dude, the guys were bro. This one guy was dancing the whole night. He was a gay guy with no shirt on. I just kept looking at him, dude. He fucking just his rhythm. I was like, holy shit! But literally, somebody yelled, before the concert started. You could kind of like, that it was after the openers went on. It was an interim between the openers going on and 1975. You had like 20 minutes, so we're all just chilling, getting ready, and somebody yells out, "Yo, Chrissy!" So like, I look up. And it goes, I thought that it was just a bit you liked in 1975, but I guess you really are gay. And, dude, he yelled that in public in New York City, and it fucking killed. And even Jasmine was laughing at me. I had no comeback. But when they started playing those songs, I was like, I don't know, dude. I just got entranced by the music. I love the music so much. And Jasmine was like, you're like really like letting loose. I was like, yeah, I fucking love this band.
Really? Were you dancing?
Yeah. I wore my Deutschland Special Olympics jacket.
I mean, did you cry? Any heartfelt moments?
No, I didn't cry, but when they played a couple of the songs from when I got into them, like some of their older hits, I got pretty nostalgic, and I was like, wow. And then Alex Edelman was there. Alex Edelman knows the band.
Oh, Edelman? Oh, wait. I thought you meant Alex, our ad guy, for a second. I got
Alex,
confused.
the ad guy. No, Alex Edelman is a great comic from New York or Boston.
Yeah.
He knows the band. So we were going to maybe hang with the band. He was like, I'll text you if I meet up with them. I'll let you know like what's going on. And then I just kind
that
of
was a lie.
I
I
know.
love a lie when I hear
I
one.
know. I never got
Bro,
a text.
I swear I'll text you. Let me just go check it out. And yeah, okay.
Bro, but then even
just like who didn't show up? Oh, go ahead.
well, no, Jasmine. She goes. I was like, oh, we should wait around, and she goes, Chris, you're acting like a loser.
Yeah,
That's what she.
no,
she
dude.
literally looked at me. She goes, you're acting like a
We
loser.
should wait around. The janitor was going to yell at
Well,
you
she
like, buddy,
goes-
you got to go.
She goes, Chris. I was like, this band, whatever. She goes, you're like. She goes, I know they're playing MSG because she was like, like you're sucking their dicks. She was like, and I get it that you love the band. She was like, but you're waiting outside like a fangirl. And then she starts looking up. She goes, you have more followers than the band. And she was like, what are you talking? Besides the lead singer, she was like, what are you doing? And I was like, no, Jazz, like this is important to me. She was like, she actually she put it on me. She was like, you know how like when you do your stand-up show at a smaller venue than MSG, of course. She was like, but you do your stand-up show, and then people come into the green room that you don't know, and you want to die because you just performed, you just gave it and now you have to make small talk. She was like, that's how they'll feel about you.
Yeah, of
So
course.
why would you not just go through whatever proper channels you have? If you really like them, maybe you can meet with them and get them on the podcast. Do something in a professional space.
Yeah.
And stop waiting around like a fangirl to
Jazz-
go into the bar they're at.
Jazz is so smart, and you don't deserve her.
Yeah.
She really is just better than you.
Dude, I literally put a video up of her like singing along to this, or not singing along, kind of just looking at me, and all the comments, she received 1 million comments. I received a million comments from my IG guy. Told me like everyone just saying how beautiful she is and how I don't deserve
Dude,
her.
I'm going to fucking move into your house like the Watcher, into your fucking mansion. I'm going to hit on Jazz like the way the security guy in that show bangs the 15-year-old daughter.
Yeah. Dude, I love that. I love that on Staten Island, what my house would be considered a mansion. It doesn't even have a finished basement, but that's good for
They
Staten
didn't have a
Island.
finished basement on the Watcher either.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the whole thing is they have to finish the basement. That
Dude.
show stunk.
The ending of I know we spoke
didn't
about it
see
a bit
the
on Hey,
end
but dude, the ending of The Watcher is going to be infuriating. I will say
Why? Because there's no closure.
there's no closure at all,
worse
dude.
than
There's
that.
no closure at all.
Because God forbid they don't turn it into a second season, which they're doing. They got picked up for a second season.
They are right. Same thing. Same
Yeah.
thing. I watched Inside Man with Stanley Tucci, and who's got the hairiest forearms on the planet. It's like
Yeah.
if I was Stanley Tucci, because you can't have like little baby, hairless upper arms and then just a hairy form. It looks fucking weird.
Yeah.
And he looked like a baby chimp, and he has a body like a baby chimp, so that show. It's about the Inside Man. It's about a guy, Stanley Tucci plays like all you got to know is he's in prison for murder, and the whole concept of the show is everybody can have one bad day and murder someone. It just takes the right circumstance and the right person. So, and it was a mini series. So I'm thinking, okay, the 4th episode, you're going to find out why Tucci's in jail. You're going to find out the couple that they were talking about, why they did what they did, have an ending. What are they going to do with this person that they've abducted? And you don't. It just ends on a cliffhanger. And I'm like, why? Like, it fucks with the art so much where it's like, dude, I need closure. Like, now you're just going to drag this story on. Just make another just finish this one, finish The Watcher, and then make something else.
Yeah, I agree, man. Like, I don't understand. You could do another show with that money. You could do The Watcher should have been 4 episodes at the most, maybe 5. I mean,
Just a short film.
Just
would
a
be
short
fine.
film. By the way, let me
it was just too. It just goes on. That fucking private detective on that show, the lady they hire. There's literally a moment in every episode she's in where she has solved the case.
Right.
And then in the next episode, she's completely wrong. And then she goes, I have figured it out. And it's like, you would be like, lady, you are fucking fired.
Yeah.
You are fired. You don't know what you're doing. Like, but here's the weird part. I read the real story. It's weirdly like pretty close to it. It's not that different.
It's not. Well, they said that they've embellished. They've said that they've embellished details and they combine 2 stories. What the real story is supposedly is just The Watcher. Somebody just left notes in a mailbox. All the other stuff, killing the animals, that's all made up.
No, that stuff was. But like the thing where they become pariahs in the neighborhood,
yeah.
like all that stuff, I think was real.
Yeah.
The gamer tag thing was real. The internet handle,
Oh, okay.
like a guy they knew, like he was.
That was real.
but it wasn't the security guy. Which was that was terrible when they were just like, it's just a coincidence that your security guy is called the Watcher when he goes on Xbox.
Stupid.
It was so
Why is writing
stupid.
getting so much worse as the decades go on? Like, why can't people write
You're-
a show?
I could tell you why. I could tell you exactly why, Pimp. I'm glad you asked.
Thank
came
you
to
for
the
bringing
right
that
place.
up. By the way, anytime I never noticed something about Joe, but anytime he makes fun of me or says anything, all I'm gonna go back to is that this is a grown man that has multiple commas tattooed on his arm. Could you imagine he has multiple commas tattooed on his arm, and he yells at me about scripture on my form. He has commas. He has fucking punctuation.
Well, I know what the fans are commenting right now.
What?
You guys promised them tattoos. You force each other to agree to tattoos that you never.
I'm working
What
on
were the
my
tattoos?
I'm working on my hoagie tattoo as we speak.
Hoagie tattoo, and you
And
went to Verrazano
You were going to
Bridge.
get the Verrazano Bridge tattooed on your arm if I got a hoagie.
All right, I'm still down for that.
But I
Because
think we should ask
what
you-
I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Verrazano Bridge on. And I'm going to put my kids' names through it too, just to make it even more Staten Island. Or maybe I'll have the Verrazano Bridge, and I'll just on the other side I'll just have Jesus, Jesus Christ with an American flag tucked over him. How great would that be? Jesus with an American flag on him is a
I
great
think
tattoo.
it was this couch that we said we promised.
That
him.
was August of
Yeah.
21.
Yeah, that was the last time he came to my house.
Yeah, dude, I haven't seen it now. I haven't seen it in. I realized it because I thought it was August of this year. It was August of last year. It was the last time I
Yeah.
came in your
Well,
apartment.
I don't know if you noticed that Joe's now back into painting. What do you think about Joe's art career?
Wait. I want to answer your question. That's going to be a meaty thing. I know. Trust me, it's not lost on me. We'll get into
Oh
that.
wow! I just noticed that now. Oh my god!
But I want to answer your question about why writing sucks. It's two things. Number one, the pandemic, and you're seeing like the fallout of like pandemic. Product is bad everywhere now. It's down, and you're seeing
except
it
for
in
Joey Rose's sandwich
Yeah,
shop.
except for Joey Rose's
no
sandwich
press.
shop.
And no press.
And no press.
Yeah. Stand-up comedy, baby. I am coming to Toronto November 17th, 18th, Buffalo November 19th. All the shows almost sold out, but go to christycomedy.com for Tiki Wiki's brand new stand-up hour. So go check it. And then we got New Year's Eve in Huntington, Long Island, and we got the South, Charleston, South Carolina, and North Carolina, December 15th to the 17th. All the tickets are almost sold out, but go take a peek, christycomedy.com for Tiki Wiki's brand new hour. Yeah. Babe, you need to learn a new language. Babbel is the only one that I'd suggest. I've been using it. As you know, my family speaks Spanish. Now I can speak better Spanish because of Babbel. It's fun. It's easy. It's like these little bite-sized lessons. And what I love about them the most is it's a team of language experts that made the app. It's not some robotic software. Okay, this is actual people. We're not in Boston Dynamics lab here making up language apps. These are real people, language experts that made this app, and I like that. With Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. And Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you improve the pronunciation and accent, and that's key. It's all about the accent. Anybody can say some dumb word in Spanish. Anybody could say yo soy Christopher. But it's like yo soy Cristobal. That's what Babbel teaches you. Start your new language learning journey today with Babbel. Right now, if you go to babbel.com/heybabe, that's babbel.com/heybabe, you're going to get 55% off your subscription. Okay, that's a lot of freaking money. That's more than half off. 55% off your subscription if you go to babbel.com/heybabe. Babbel, language learning for life.
What's up, guys? Big announcement. First of all, the IJ Tour is going on right now. The pre-sale is going on right now, and they go on sale Friday morning, which is tomorrow morning, and the pre-sale code is IJ Drive. We're coming to a ton of cities, so go to impracticaljokerslive.com for tickets, and then come see your boy. October 28th, I'm in Richmond, Virginia. October 29th, 2 in Hershey in Pennsylvania, and then the following weekend, we got Knoxville, November 11th, 2 in Atlanta on November 12th, and Alabama, Birmingham, November 13th. Everything on sale right now at salvulcanocomedy.com. I'll see you there.
But you're seeing the product drop in almost everything now, right? In like service, the service industry, everything. Like no matter what it is, like there's a quality drop off because of supply chain issues, because of staffing issues, all these things. A coffee shop down the street from here, they have a sign in the window, and they're like, "Guys, we're really sorry, we can't." It's a coffee shop. They're like, "We can't be open during the day anymore because we have so many staffing issues." Like that's
So when do they open? At night?
at night, dude. What? At night.
What?
Just to stay afloat. You know what I mean?
Oh my god! Because
They used to. I think they used to close at night too. It's crazy, dude.
Dude,
So-
well, these staffing issues are like my friend opened up like a bakery that serves breakfast near me, and he was like, I can't get a cook. Like I cannot get a cook. He was like, nobody will take this job, which is like because the pandemic's been over.
the fact that, well, here's the thing. It's not over. It's just not as much of a threat as it was. but they still have yet to address it in the proper way. They've still have not addressed it as an endemic.
Right.
They keep addressing it as a pandemic. They're not address. This is just
Well, you had the
never-
opportunity to vote for change and you didn't.
This was
The wrong wave is coming.
This was never.
Oh, sorry. This is Hey Babe, not Chaos. Sorry.
This was never addressed or handled in the appropriate way, but that's a whole other thing. But the point is you're seeing the quality hit of all that, right? But then also too, you're living in like we talked about this on We'll See You in Hell. Like Pat was like, I don't understand why like everybody's like he was talking about the new Fletch movie, and he was like, I don't understand why everybody's talking about this movie being so great. It's not that good. And I go, Pat, is we're living in a culture right now where you can't criticize anybody. Now, forget the immediate reality of that, where it's like like I talked about it in the show last night. I'm like, you can't yell at employees anymore.
No.
Like you can't.
Yeah,
And I'm not
that was a
saying
good
that
bit.
as a boss. Like I'm not saying I want to. I'm just saying like if I needed to, you could.
Yeah.
You can't. Like
Yeah.
we don't live in that reality anymore.
Weird.
It like staff changes, all that stuff has to be handled so differently now, and that does affect quality control in its own. And I'm just talking generally. I'm not talking my own experience, but we're also living in a thing where we live in a full-on corporatocracy now. Everything has been corporatized, right? And you just look at it with the entertainment industry. I go, Pat, everybody that is online that's talking about how great this movie is, they're all in the entertainment business. They can't criticize it because everything is corporatized now. You can't criticize this thing because not only do you know 3 people that work on it, right? If you don't know 3 people that work on it, you know another person that's working on a thing that you're working on that's connected to this, or you just don't want to be, everything is streamed now. You don't want to be on the outs with Netflix by saying a Netflix
Right.
project or whatever
Right.
it is sucks. So there's no real criticism anymore. And then when criticism does happen, it's a lot of the look at the way people. My fucking bar, it's 5-star reviews or 1-star reviews.
Yeah.
This podcast, it's 5-star reviews or 1-star reviews. Taste buds, 5-star reviews or 1-star reviews.
Right.
YouTube comments, this is the greatest thing ever, or I hate this and I hope you all fucking die. Rotten Tomatoes, 98% from critics, 22% from the audience. It's like, dude, what happened to just like balance whatever anymore? Would you just go, yeah, man, like here's my nuanced take on a thing. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Look at Amazon reviews. It's 5-star reviews and 1-star reviews. And then on top of it, you don't know what's real and what's not. You look at 5-star reviews and you go, did they pay for these? Is
Right.
this people that work for them
Right.
doing these? Whatever. You look at 1-star reviews, you go, are these trolls? Is this real? Like,
Right.
how could anything be of full quality anymore when this is the climate you live in? You can't. It's insane. Like when and I'm not just saying this because I'm a mom and pop proprietor. When you find a mom and pop business that you like that makes a good product, support it, because that is a fucking unfound commodity anymore, and it's going to keep going away.
My kids, just the other day, like Cold Stone is like great ice cream, whatever. I fucking love Chrissy Cold Stone. I love Cold Stone ice cream.
I hate your nickname so much,
Dude, it's literally what I'm defined by.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! It's
Yeah.
your fucking Larry the Cable Guy. It's
Yeah, dude. It's what I'm taking it to the bank, dude. Oh my god, I can't wait to be doing arenas, and then it's just because of my nicknames.
Finish your point.
Well, I took my kids. We go to Cold Stone a lot more than we should, but whatever. And my daughter was like, I don't like. She was like, isn't there like a place where like nobody's wearing uniforms? Like somewhere with my daughter was like, like she doesn't know how to articulate, but she was like, is there a place where people aren't wearing uniforms where we could eat ice cream? So I think in her mind she's saying like a mom and pop. So I took her to this place in my neighborhood where I grew up called Eddie's Sweet Shop, and it's been an ice cream shop there since the 1920s.
Right.
And it's like looks like you're walking back in time, and it's literally people in Eddie's Sweet Shop, like a mom and pop shop where they give you ice cream like in a dish, and it's like this. It's not the whole song and dance elaborate scheme of Cold Stone, even though Cold Stone's amazing. It's like this little mom and pop shop, and my daughter loved that ice cream like so much more, and like loved the experience of it so much more, that I was like, oh shit, I gotta start taking her like the fact that my kids don't get excited, don't have a Toys R Us is really like, it sucks because that's like some of my fondest memories, like going to Toys R Us.
Yeah.
And now Amazon getting things in boxes, like, yeah, my kids like it, but when we take them to an actual toy store, the joy, like it's like a whole experience that they're just lost
And
on.
that's the thing too that was a bummer. Like Toys R Us, I had a Toys R Us near me in when I lived in L.A.
Right. You didn't have a Toys R Us near you when you lived in Pennsylvania?
No, well, we had Kitty City was our toy store.
Whoa, nice. Sounds like a pedo store.
You know, it was awesome though. It was an awesome store.
Kitty City.
Yeah, we had Toys R Us too, but Kitty City was our main one. But anyway, I had a Toys R Us near me when I lived in L.A., and I would go because they had video games. So I would go in to buy video games.
Oh,
and
you're
I
a
would
grown up.
I
Were you in your late 30s when you were doing that?
Dude, I do it now in my mid-40s.
Honestly, dude, I think that you figured it out, though. I think you're living the freest life of all of us, and I kind of I'm kind of envy you.
I am an absolute pig on the loose, dude. There is no stopping me.
Yeah.
I do whatever I want, whenever I feel like it.
Yeah, anytime you see Joe on a late night Instagram story, just look for the hoof prints on the cement, and then you'll know what bar he went to.
But dude, I'm telling you something. Like, it was a bummer because I would go into the Toys R Us and sometimes I would just walk around it because I was like for nostalgia. I'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
man, it's like cool. It's like a Toys R Us. And dude, it was a bummer, like because they were on their way out, but just the way those stores even looked before they closed,
Yeah.
they didn't look and feel like toy stores anymore.
No, they felt like warehouses.
Yeah, it felt like a Kmart that just had,
Yeah.
or like a Walmart, but it had toys instead of home goods or
But
whatever.
like that's why I think like
it didn't even feel as warm and welcoming as a Walmart.
What
And
town-
Walmart is not a very like warm environment. It's just
Yeah.
it feels like sort of industrial,
right. I want to just fucking like find like where's like a good village. Like I want to just like go. I want to like drive and take my family to like a nice village.
Dude, that's all I want. I dream about moving to it.
Where do you want to go?
I'll tell you a great place, New Hope, Pennsylvania. But
I
it's
love New Hope,
expensive
Pennsylvania.
as shit. but
I
it's
love
great.
New Hope, Pennsylvania. There's a great hotel there called Odette's by the River.
Yeah.
It's one of the best times I've ever had in my life. I
It's
stayed
great.
there last year for Halloween.
It's great, dude.
Yeah.
I have like all kinds of alerts on my. I'm like trying to find a affordable.
What are you going to move to New Hope, Pennsylvania?
No, I want to, but I
Sal's never going to come to the Bronx.
I just want to buy a house out in Pennsylvania as an investment in a
Or like
place
the
to
Poconos,
go.
yeah.
I was thinking of Poconos. Poconos, I decided against ultimately. It was like a little too remote, and I don't know anybody in that area.
Yeah.
Like I know people in like the New Hope area. Like I could go down there and see my friends and stuff.
New
you
Hope
know?
is, I've multiple times driven from, even when I was living in Brooklyn, just drove to New Hope, Pennsylvania for the day. It's awesome over there. The
It's
little
great.
There's a bridge that George Washington crossed.
But dude, here's the other thing too. Like it's everything's just breaking down, dude. Like people don't like. Dude, we have this. It's funny because it might sound like it's just an experience that I'm having personally, but I do think it's indicative of kind of what's that. We have this thing going on at the bar where we have to constantly tell these 15-year-old and when I say these 15-year-old kids, I don't mean the same 5. There's like 4 different packs of 15-year-old kids. Like, guys, you can't just sit like in our outdoor space.
Yeah.
You can't just do it. Like, this is for like customers and stuff. And they're nice. They're nice kids. They're not shitty.
What are they doing out there? What are they getting into?
They just sit, dude. They just sit. Sometimes
you just sit-
I've caught them. I've caught them trying to smoke weed in there, and I have to be like, guys,
Like
you
what,
can't-
in your trailer thing outside?
Yeah.
So you have to just constantly chase packs of kids. Dude, this is like old school New York shit. That's hilarious.
We need
Dude,
to
but
get
this
rid
is the
of that
wild. This
in
is
New
the
York
most
City.
wild thing. This is the most wild thing. This last night, dude. Last night I was in there after we did the show at Black
With your
Cat.
mustard yellow pea coat on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, this kid comes walking in, dude. He was like 15. I go, buddy, you gotta get out of here. This is a bar. You're not allowed in here.
Yeah.
He goes, I just want to use the bathroom. I go, you're not allowed.
Yeah, you legally
Yeah.
cannot walk
And he
onto
goes,
my
and the
premises.
kid was like, I don't understand, man. And he was like going back and forth with me. And then finally he was like, listen to me. I was like, dude, you have to go right now.
Yeah.
And he left. And I go, dude, this is insane. I go, when I was 15, this is what I'm saying is indicative of what's going on. When I was 15, I understood what laws were.
Right.
Like I understood, like I'm not allowed in that place. I'm not 21. Like I feel like, and I feel like the point is illustrated by the fact that it's not one group of kids. You can't point to it and go, these 4 kids
No, it's
their
like a
parents aren't
generational
telling.
thing.
It's completely a generational thing,
Right.
And it's like they don't even and again, they're nice kids. Like they come from like decent homes and shit. They have manners,
Right.
But they don't understand like the way the world works. It's
Right.
crazy.
Yeah,
dude.
nobody's-
It's crazy.
because Chris is going to be at the center of this in the next few years.
Yeah, dude, my daughter's 7, dude. She's literally the timing is working out where like when in about 8 years there could be like full world upheaval and she'll be a fucking teenage girl. Dude, it's gonna be insane. There's gonna be like riots in the streets and then I have to deal with a teenage daughter.
Do you think it'll be that bad? Do you think it's gonna like? I think
No,
the middle
listen.
class is gonna go away.
Listen, I'm optimistic. I always try to be optimistic. I guess because I am a dad, I try to be optimistic. If at the very least, at least just convince myself and lie to myself that at home my daughters see an optimistic person. But I do feel. Here's why I think my father is 75 years old, and my father is like, this is the worst time I've ever experienced. My dad's saying that. He's like, and he lived through the 70s in New York, and he lived through all that. He's like, he goes, this is so much worse, and because he said there really is, it feels like no way to fix this. He goes, you saw, like he was telling me, like in the 70s, you could see the problems, like you could see that, and he said, we also like, we weren't all connected. He goes, the fact that we're all connected now with social media, he thinks, he was telling me that in 2009. I swear to God.
Yeah.
And I've said it before on podcasts. My dad, I remember exactly where I fucking was, where it was at Joe and John's Pizzeria on Myrtle Avenue, which has one of the best Sicilian slices in Queens. So go check it out. And they have now they have new owners, and they have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Your dad goes, society's crumbling. I'll take 200 on black.
yeah. My dad would have heart-to-hearts to me at Joe and John's Pizzeria. But it's great, though. It's still great. But anyway, he said to me, he goes, Twitter, he goes, this is horrible.
Yeah.
Because he was like, not everybody's supposed to be talking. He was like,
No.
society's supposed to have some people that talk and some people that don't. He goes, you can't give everyone the floor.
I swear to God, when Twitter first came out, I had a bit where I said, doesn't anybody realize how bad this is? You realize you're not supposed to put everything that leaks into your head into public for conversation. That was like the biggest, when my mom and I would argue, that was the biggest thing that was always my biggest criticism with her when we would fight, was I would go, where is the filter? Like everything that pops up into your head, it just falls out of your mouth. Like, do you understand that it's insulting sometimes to just say what you think? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was a thing that like, it's just, your dad's 100% right. And then also, too, I took it out. I'm going to probably put it back in. I had a thing in the show about this, about like when you can see, because the new hour I'm doing is it's hopeless. Like that's the whole thing. There's no hope. It will never get, it's awful. I'll tell you a real telltale.
Yeah.
My friend.
Makes you feel good.
My friend, my friend who's very left, and not annoyingly like he criticized, like he's like a liberal in the way I feel like
He's
I'm
like
a liberal.
not advocating abortions at 9 months.
The
Now, a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. Let me tell you something. Times are tough, in the world. We all have mental health issues. It's not a shame. You're not, shameful to go get help. I've done it. A lot of my friends have done it. And BetterHelp is awesome. You don't have to go to a therapist's office. All you do is sit from the comfort of your own home on your laptop or phone. They send you a link, and you're doing it right there, all online. It's great. You take a little quiz. They match you up with a counselor who's best for you, and that's it. And right now, if you go to BetterHelp, so BetterHelp.com/HeyBabe, you're going to get 10% off your first month. So that's a good discount. 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/HeyBabe. Telling you, try therapy. It worked for me. It'll work for you. BetterHelp.com/HeyBabe. 10% off your first month. DoorDash, we love it. Me and Sally Babes talk about it every week. We use it all the time. We'll screenshot our DoorDash orders and send them to each other because we're probably using it too much, but it's great because you can get healthy foods and go to the supermarket. It's not just, getting a meal here or there. It's like there's so much more to offer in DoorDash, and they work with all the big chains. Cheesecake Factory, Chipotle, Popeyes. DoorDash is awesome. They have over 300,000 partners, including, big chains and mom and pop shops. So DoorDash, shout out. We like that you care about those small businesses. For a limited time, our listeners can get 50% off up to a $20 value. So Spend $20. You're gonna get 50% off and 0 delivery fees when you download the DoorDash app and enter code HeyBabe22. Okay, so that's like legit. That's like an amazing deal. So all you got to do is go put DoorDash app, put in promo code HeyBabe22, and you're going to get 50% off up to a $20 value. That's 50% off up to a $20 value and 0 delivery fees when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter code HeyBabe22. Don't forget that's code HeyBabe22 for 50% off up to a $20 value and $0 delivery fees with DoorDash. Subject to change. Terms apply. They're like, oh yeah, you could kill it up till it's kindergarten graduation.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh, yeah.
I feel good about that.
Yeah.
I should have been fucking somebody. This should have been stopped, dude. I was adopted.
Yeah,
somebody
I know,
could have
dude.
put that.
I know God that even God was like, no, I'm telling you to discard it. God was like, even the parents don't want it, and you're taking it.
What's it? No, Russman Eve always used to say to me. He goes, DeRosa, do you think your parents knew what a complete scumbag they were getting?
Yeah.
He goes, somewhere on planet Earth, your real parents are going, "Whew, we dodged a bullet with that one.
Yeah, you think like, they're like, hey, we adopted this kid. You may know him from Better Call Saul from one episode.
But dude,
This is what
my
we
friend.
adopted.
Here's the thing, dude. My friend, I swear to God, my friend yesterday called me, and he left me a voicemail, and he goes, and he's very much like, dude, you need to vote, like, and he
Right.
and he like, I do believe in the Democratic Party for this reason and whatever,
Right.
and like, but he criticizes his own party. He gives accolades to the right when they do things that he agrees with. Like, he was Republican at one point, actually, or voted that way at one point. My point is this. He said on the voicemail he left me yesterday, he goes, I'm just driving home from voting. Yeah, because this time it's going to make a difference. And I was like,
whoa.
And he was being sarcastic. And I was like, if this guy now is talking like that, that's it. Like, this is it. Like,
right.
People, I have never seen people as a whole so completely hope. The entire country isn't supposed to be thinking in Tim Dillon's voice. But it is. Well, it is. And that kid, he did what's right. I mean, that kid is buying fucking houses off of a podcast that he does in Charlie Rose's old studio. He sits in that black room screaming.
Well, dude, you know what's crazy is yesterday, the voting, this will come out tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
So all the midterms, whatever, the voting, they said that like 60% of the country is dissatisfied with Joe Biden, but then all the Democrats won the election. So that means people are like, wait, we are dissatisfied with this party, but we're like, fuck it, we'll still vote for them. It's literally like, yeah, this politically is not good, man. I think that
Because everybody's desperate. That's the thing. It's the parties now are pushed into the extreme wings.
right.
There is no moderate aspect of either party as far as the legislation and the leaders go. It's all, in my opinion, it's all been pushed now to the far wings. The moderate people are the ones that are going, I'm done. I don't see any hope in any of this. Those are the moderate people. The people on either side, like you said about late-term abortions, right?
Yeah.
Abortion's a great thing to crystallize the argument. Late-term abortion is a thing that a lot of the left supports. But their response to that, or their reasoning for that, is saying because the right wants to get rid of it completely. So if this is the only way we can have it, we're going to have it this way.
Yeah, then we'll set up your toddlers for a firing squad.
Right, but then the right,
yeah.
but then the right is saying, well, you guys want late-term abortions, and if you're not going to reel it back, then we'll just get rid of it completely. Those are two such wildly extreme stances to take. But everybody is going, okay, you forced me now, whatever their party is, you forced me now into an all-or-nothing position, and I am going to go all or nothing.
Right.
I'm choosing to just go, guys, I'm out. I can't do this anymore with anything. I can't do it anymore.
But the thing that's really weird is, like, my cousin's a teacher, and all the little kids, right, when they grow up, they want to be an influencer. So I'm not worried about the old racist guys. They're going to die.
Dude, that's like a job profession. Well,
my friend's friend is a teacher. My friend's friend is a teacher. He was telling me that his friend who's a teacher, he has students that are like like 5 years old, 6 years old, and there's a problem where the kids are biting each other because they don't know how to communicate because they grew up in the lockdown and they don't know how to be social.
Yeah, so they bite.
Dude, it's falling apart. Is this what you tune into Hey Babe for?
Today,
is this what Hey Babe is like every week?
Yeah, today.
Sal's gonna come back to this fucking disaster of a show.
He's like, you ruined my show, dude. Literally today, because the Republicans didn't really win much in the midterms. Literally today, I was driving 2 blocks away from my house in Staten Island. Somebody had a Chinese flag outside their house because they're saying we voted for communism. It's crazy. I'm like, it's too extreme. That means they bought a flag from China. They're not Chinese. I know with the families, they're white people, and they put a Chinese flag right in their front lawn. I was like, wow, dude. But whatever, man. I'm on edible. I'm still high from last. Let me ask you a question. I drove home last night on edibles. Was that like driving under the influence?
Yes.
So even it's not about alcohol, but how do they measure how much edibles?
People think that weed doesn't count when you're driving. It 100% counts. It impairs. You can say it makes you focus more. You could say it makes you a better driver. You could say a million things. And maybe some of those things are true. It doesn't matter. It's an altering thing. It's worse than driving on medicines that are over the counter that they tell you not to drive on. You know what I mean?
But you think like you get pulled over and you're on edibles. What are they going to do? They can't test your blood for that.
No, you can get away with it, but the point is if you kill a guy because you're on fucking edibles,
you're driving under the influence.
It doesn't matter.
No,
you still kill the guy, and you go, "I wouldn't have done that if I didn't eat that cookie."
I was going like 20 miles an hour on the highway.
Yeah, well, yeah.
There was nobody's I was going to kill but me.
Did you take edibles?
I did yesterday. I did Mike Cannon's edible show where you take edibles and do crowd work. Dude, it was to take edibles. Taking edibles and
terrifying.
And doing crowd work, it's crazy because, dude, like I started doing like this crowd work and not having anywhere to go with it, and then just like stopping, and like my mouth was getting so dry, and then I started talking to these Indian guys in the front row about like Indian politics and
Were you
Pakistan.
freaking out at all?
Yeah, because it's not getting laughs, and then like you just see people looking at you, and you're like, what the fuck?
That sounds like a nightmare.
A nightmare, dude. And all I could hear was Mike Cannon dying laughing in the back, or so I thought. And then I was like, Mike, thank God you were laughing in the back. It got me through. He goes, I wasn't in the room. I was like, holy shit. So the edible show. Yeah. Edibles, I enjoyed. I will say this. I woke up. I'm still a bit stoned, but I woke up this morning because there is a medicinal purpose to these edibles. Because when I woke up, I had a way better sleep. And when I woke up this morning, I just wasn't stressed. Like I wasn't subtly angry at my daughter for not getting ready in time because we're like going to miss the bus stop. Like I was just like, hey, if we miss the bus, I'll drive you to school. It's no problem. Like I had that vibe going, like it's no problem. Like everything is no problem. So I think like I should start doing that like weekly. I keep saying I'm going to get into ayahuasca and do it, and then I stop.
Ayahuasca's a different story.
Yeah, but we should do it, dude.
You're going to like see demons and shit.
Yeah, but I think I might have to do it.
You guys have to do it together.
That's the podcast.
You will not. I will have I've talked to people who've done ayahuasca, and I'm like, is it scary? And they're like, dude, it like you will have a fucking panic attack. That's part of it. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, but they say that it cleanses you.
I hear you. I've had bad trips where I've had panic attacks. It is not fun. I get it. Ayahuasca is a moderated thing where you can, I understand all that, and maybe it does cleanse you. I do not want to go through that path of hell. Like I can't even take weed, dude. It makes me. I'm tortured now because I've had to cut way back on drinking.
Didn't you used to like snort Ajax when you were a kid?
What do you mean?
What, didn't you weren't you one of those kids that like you did like hard drugs in your teens and 20s?
In my teens and 20s, in my 30s and 40s.
I thought you were one of those guys like you were fucking like literally like drinking Pine Sol like
I party
that level
I used
of
to
like
smoke weed every day for years.
What's the hardest drug?
What's the hardest drug you've ever
Coke.
taken? But
And
Coke?
How did you get that? Like, how do you trust a Coke dealer?
Yeah, now with fentanyl
now you
everywhere.
can't. I wouldn't do it now.
You can't do it now, dude.
There was a time, boys. There was a time where you could just have a swell old time.
Well, dude, I had a friend who was so fucked up he would walk around with Narcan on him.
Jesus Christ.
Like I don't know how he got it, but he had multiple Narcan shots.
No, it's different. It's a different time now. I wouldn't fuck. People think it's just Coke. You can't buy. It's Adderall. They're putting fentanyl in everything. There's always news stories. They're seizing these pill shipments that are coming over the border, and they're finding
You're
out.
saying
that,
in regular over-the-counter medicine can have fentanyl now?
well, here's the thing. People will buy. I don't know what the unit is called, but people will buy massive amounts of prescription
Like
medicine
Advil or
and sell it
prescription.
illegally, like Adderall.
Got
is a
it.
great example. That now is getting made with fentanyl, probably because somebody's able to produce it and make you think that you're buying the real thing when you're not. So who knows? I'm sure it could probably leak eventually into the real. Dude, it is. We are. This is it, dude. Like this is a terrible, terrible, terrible time. Not every, but many major intellectuals from around the world are saying this is it. Like this is as bad as it has ever been.
Yeah, but it's not worse than like World War II, and they got out of that. You know, that's always my thing. It's like what? But like,
No.
tell that to the people in London or Germany in World War II. It's like,
Well-
they came out of it,
But it's a different thing.
right? Nancy
talking-
Pelosi is Hitler.
Yeah. It's a different thing. I mean,
Yeah.
World War II was a fucking travesty. It was horrible, obviously.
But
And-
as bad as it is, you're gonna miss right now when the robots come.
yeah,
and
well,
this
that's the
is
thing.
all
We
robots.
will look back on this and go, oh, we didn't know how good we had it. People are doing that now. Bill Maher, like when Bill Maher pisses and moans about Trump, he goes, George W. Bush, I mean, I didn't like him, but he was better than that. Like no matter what the thing is that you hate,
Dude, I had a
you will look back and go, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
And listen, whatever your stance is, I know it's controversial, but like I had a friend, you know, he came to me. He didn't, you know, he has kids and stuff, and he came to me that, you know, saying like his wife was pregnant again, and you know they had money and whatever. And she's like, but you know, we're considering, you know, taking care of it, get an abortion because we genuinely are worried about like there being a baby food supply shortage again, and we don't know if like right now is a good time to bring a baby into the world. And 99 times out of 100, I say no, you'll make it work. And I, you know, kind of said that still, but in my head I was like, he's not like I guess if you have a new baby coming in, there was a baby food shortage last year. It's like that could happen again.
And by the way, that level of scrutiny of in having a child,
yeah,
that should always be the level of scrutiny.
right.
You know, so like whether it's having a child or buying a house or buying a car or putting your thoughts on Twitter or putting a video up or whatever it is, I think now what we are seeing is the backlash of people acting purely on impulse, not thinking any decisions through, not planning anything. And what happens is it's overpopulation, it's oversaturation, it's
Right.
everything is it's so much, it's so much, it's so much,
Right.
it's so much. And now you're seeing the backlash of it.
Right.
And now all of a sudden people are going, wait a second, I don't know if I thought this through, but what about, and it's too fucking late.
Right,
You
right.
can't have, I'm not saying that's your friends. I'm just saying like, but you can't, you know, like,
It is too late for them. It's too late. If your nickname's Patty Fly Balls, it's too late.
I mean, what are you going to do though? It's like, you know how many people, for whatever reason, like there's articles about it now with like the whole quiet quitting phenomenon.
Quiet quit. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where like basically you're at work, but you're not doing your job. Is that kind of what it is?
It's sort of that. I think it's evolved into that, but the idea of it initially was just, I'm not going to take my job home with me.
Oh, okay.
Now look, not taking your job home with you and saying I'm not going to let my job control my life is backlash to the capitalist.
Yeah, well, you're working 14-hour days,
which is horrible.
Right.
So that was complete excess and whatever. And then the backlash to that is like, okay, now there's quiet quitting. I'm not going to take the job home with me. Quiet quitting is evolving now into, I'm just not going to do my fucking job. We hit a point coming out of the lockdowns where it was 1.5 jobs to every person.
Okay.
Which is why when you go into a lot of places or you call customer service or whatever it is, there's staffing issues. There's so many people. There are people just like, fuck you.
I've been trying to get my Whoop fitness band for months, and I can't get it because they don't have the staff in there.
Right.
I want my Whoop fitness band.
Right.
I want to track my sleep and rest and recovery like Bert Kreischer.
Right. So now a fucking recession is about to hit.
Right.
Or
I think it already
it's
has
hit.
hit. Yeah.
It's hitting. Excuse me. right?
Yeah, you could tell by these ad numbers and my Patreon.
I know, my God. That is one good thing about a recession is watching Chrissy Chaos Patreon go down.
Yeah, just fucking
Watch it plummet like the Dow Jones.
It's fucking plummeting.
But here's my point: is people now are going to be in a position where the light bulb's going to go off and they go, I don't know if I thought this through. I need a job now, and there's no jobs.
Right.
Well, it's too late. The
Yeah.
light bulb can't go off when you're in peril.
Yeah, we already kind of made our business work with less workers and figured it out, so now there's no room for you.
Or when you go in to get that job, people are going to go, fuck you. I'm sticking with the people that were there for me when I needed them, and now I have picked, not me, I'm just saying anybody, pick of the litter.
Right.
Pick of the litter. I can get a stockbroker
Yeah.
to pour coffee now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like my point is in just using the conversation your friends are having about the kid. I think people start to have these I'm not saying them. I'm just saying people in general. I think start to have these realizations about planning and whatever. But they're having them at the wrong time, and it's like we all should have been doing this all along, and we weren't, and now we're in this fucking terrible.
Also,
terrible
too, you know what I think is a big
scene.
thing, and then you know what I think is
Is
a
this
big.
too serious? Are we talking
I mean,
too serious for
I
Hey
feel
Babe?
like sometimes you gotta fuck. Sometimes it's different. What do you want? You know, so this is the episode.
God, everything I'm on bombs. This
I'm
is
kind
gonna
of
bomb.
like no. This will be fine. I kind of.
I still want you to talk. You want to save my painting for taste
Yeah, we'll
buds?
save your painting your taste buds. I gotta. But I will say, I think sometimes it's good to have a little bit of a different episode. Just fucking keep people on their toes.
That's
okay?
what I think,
We're not
too.
we're not laughing at videos of, squirrels on skis. We're talking about real shit here. Your children and everything you know and love and everything you hope for in life is not going to happen in this life. So I'm just going to have to die and get reincarnated and try and fucking start it again, okay? Kill yourself. Yeah. No. This has been Hey Babe. No, real quick, I just want to say, I think, too, something that we should be doing or something that is everybody, like, and I'm doing this myself, is like, instead of trying to get more, and how do I make more money and do this, it's like, just try to figure out how to live comfortably with what you got. I think that's what we have to do now in this economy, and that's like a hopeful thing, is how do I maintain the current life I have? What adjustments do I have to make? Why do I have to pivot?
People have lost sight of it. This is what I was going to say earlier that I wanted to put back into my show that I had taken out.
This is all this episode was. It's just Joe doing his bits in long form.
Yeah. No, what your dad said about us being connected, why it's so bad, dude. The act of being gauche and flaunting.
What's gauche? Is that from Ari special? Jew.
But you know what I mean?
Go see that.
Flaunting.
Yeah.
Like all this stuff, like. When you're rubbing, because that's all you see on these other things is all that hashtag best life bullshit. You go on and you see people pretending it's all bullshit, but it's hard to tell, and you have plenty of people out there that can't tell that it's fake. You go online and all you see is I got this, and look at me here, and I'm with this person, and you're not, and I ate this amazing meal, and I have this, and I have that. You see that all day, and you're somebody that doesn't have shit. Well, guess what?
Right.
That's when people start going, okay, you want me to be fucking desperate? I'll be fucking desperate.
Right.
I'm coming to your house now.
Right.
And I'm going to take from you what you're rubbing in my face
I'm
that I
going to
don't
rob
have.
you from it.
And now that's it's everywhere, dude. You can't go on the internet without it looking like you're living a worse life than everybody you're looking at.
Well, now I've made it, like when I went to the 1975 concert just a couple days ago, I posted one video early on in the show just for 10 seconds, and I said, put my phone away. I said, I want to live in the moment. I don't need to document this for everyone else that I was here. I'm here for me. And that's it. And I enjoyed the concert so much more by not like having to prove, because I would go through these things where it's like I gotta prove that I was here. It's if it ain't on the gram, it don't count. It's like I don't live that that
dude,
anymore.
It's insane. I'd
rather you not know I was there.
I saw Cypress Hill and KRS-One a couple weeks ago. I took a couple videos. I sent them to my buddies.
Yeah.
Like my buddies from high school. Like, dude, check it out. Remember we used to listen to this song?
Yeah.
I'm here. Like, that's who I send it to. Once in a while, I'll put it up, and I put it up as like an accolade to the artist. Like, dude, this guy is amazing. Like, go see this show, whatever. It's never like, look at me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or at least it's never meant to be. But this concept,
Yeah.
but be in the fucking moment, man. Live your life.
I only posted my videos and tagged in 1975 so they would let me into their after party.
Oh,
that Alex
God.
Edelman got into.
I
And
love
did
it. I know, dude. Alex Edelman got into
Fuck. Go see Joe DeRosa at the Crane Theater.
Yeah. December 14th, Crane Theater, baby.
Go do it, dude. And I'll be in the South, but well, you'll see you'll see us.
Don't be a fake, don't be a flake, don't run away from your feelings, babe. Don't be afraid, don't be ashamed, don't hesitate to say, hey, babe.